A lot of you guys in the comment section to my videos or on the Instagram keep asking me the question, what is the best projectile out of each of the guns that I've used and at what velocity? I keep telling everyone that testing is the name of the game with air guns, so I guess I have to practice what I preach. This is the Prophet Performance Compact 2.1 in 30 caliber, and I want to see if this gun shoots slugs. Testing is what we're going to start today's session with. So we'll try several types of slugs today, different brands, different weights and also different sizes. Even though the weather is not very good today again, I've said it before, it's windy, it's cold, overcast. What can you do? It's winter in the northern hemisphere. So let's get down to business. First, the Javelins by Patriot, caliber .300 52 grains. And I know those get the juices flowing of all of you fans of the Swedish air guns. Then we'll go with the Slugs. What can you do? We have to follow the latest trends. Size is again .300 45.5 grains. And last but not least, H&N, and I think those need no introduction either. If memory serves, they're still the largest airgun ammo manufacturer worldwide, so we have to see what they have to offer. Those are size .301. Okay, so this is going to bring some variety into the testing, and the weight is 50 grains. Now I'm gonna level with you guys. Before I started recording this video, I made some initial tests with this gun so that I could find the best velocities that these slugs perform at. I started as low as 790, 800 feet per second and went as high as 890, 900 feet per second. Turns out that all three types of slugs perform best out of this gun at a velocity ranging between 860 and 880 feet per second. And that is exactly why I'm going to shoot those three types of slugs in this velocity, in this range between 860 and 880. Okay, let's open the Javelins. There is a protector inside also. It's nice. And I'm going to load 7 rounds in the magazine of the Prophet. That's the number of shots in 30 caliber. So each group is going to be 7 shots with all of the slugs that I just described. I'm telling you guys, only a YouTuber knows how your video filming equipment can fail you. Apparently the battery of my GoPro is dead, but the good thing is I brought a power bank. The bad thing is now I'm gonna have to wait in the cold until there is some juice in this thing. Well, this thing is up and running, so we can start at last. Well, you guys, the results are absolutely horrendous. 7 shots all over the place. I just put a new target for the next test, and I'm gonna use a black marker for those 3 here. A bit better results by the Zans. Those 5 are probably an acceptable group for the caliber. Those 2 are maybe pushed by the wind, but if they get affected by the weather so much at a distance of 60 yards only, I don't think they are good enough. Well, apparently the H&N slugs were the best performer amongst those 3. I fired 12 or 13 shots. They were concentrated here and here, but still you have those 3 which are way off. Maybe it's still good enough for big game. I guess all of this answers the question if the 30 caliber Prophet performance in its compact configuration is a slug gun. In my opinion, definitely not. It has a 510mm Luther Walther barrel with a twist rate of 1 in 16 inches. It's polygonal and it has 6 grooves. Now, technically or theoretically speaking, this should be a barrel good enough for shooting slugs, but it also has a choke, and maybe some of you are going to disagree, but I think this is the problem in this case. But hey, no problem there, because this gun is powerful and the projectiles in 30 caliber are heavy. I'll just go back to shooting the airgun Diabolos. I also intend to test the AEA Diabolos, and I also have my eye on those competition pellets by Zan, the 100 BR, which I think stands for bench rest. They weigh 3.5 grams, and I think they'll be pretty good out of this gun. Something else to test in the future. Now I'm going to briefly take the time to give a shout out to someone else. I don't know if you know who Mr. Roger Lay is. He's British, he's a competition shooter, and he has a YouTube channel of his own, which you can check out if you will. But I have to warn you, this guy is the worst. He has a terrible sense of humor, and he uses words such as ostentatious and beguiled to confuse poor non-native speakers such as myself. Now I'm just messing with you. Mr. Roger Lay, aka Milky, because that's what his family name stands for in French, is just great. I'm telling you guys, he's the best. He has some great things on his channel. He makes very good reviews, uses some really nice gear. Like I said, he competes and he also shoots long range with slugs, which unfortunately, Mr. Milky, I won't be able to do with this gun. But spoiler alert, there is a new gun coming to the ARA channel, so you guys stay put. There's gonna be interesting stuff really soon. I'm not even sure I've seen the grain bins like this before. Yeah, it's snowing today. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Ever since I started this air gunning thing, I've been blessed with meeting and establishing contact with some great guys using awesome air guns and accessories. But when it comes to the weather, sometimes I think I'm cursed. That one is indoors, about 30 yards in, holding under a little. And I reduced the frame rate to 120 because of the low light. A solid hit. I was leaning on this thing, a rusty edge, and I was doing my best not to cut my hand, so it was more like an offhand shot. There she is. I'm sure she says thank you. Trying to adjust the parallax as she's increasing the distance. Again, they're making me shoot indoors with a powerful air gun, but there is a steel beam behind him, holding under again. He landed almost in the middle of his own feces. Check this out. That's why we shoot those sky rats. Oh yes, you know, some more pigeons are coming. This one will probably be the last one of the day, holding under 30-35 degrees angle, and the distance is close to 40 yards. Got him. Oh boy, would you look at this. Get a load of what a 30 caliber pellet can do to a bird. Check out this cavity here and the area surrounding the point of entry. Apparently the hydrostatic shock was so severe that it sent all the feathers flying and left the skin naked. And the tabby is waiting. She can have both the dove and the sky rat, of course. Face all covered in blood. I think she's happy. Well, I'm finally in my car, away from the cold and the rain and the snow, which eventually subsided at the end of the day, of course, when it doesn't really matter to me. The few pest birds that I found with my permission today didn't give me the chance to shoot long range, and it turned out that the gun is not so good with slugs. Well, probably with the exception of H&Ns, which apparently are good enough for taking down bigger game. But there are some very interesting diable pellet options in 30 caliber on the market, so there'll be more testing and pest destruction with this gun coming soon. So you stay tuned, and I'm off home. I can't wait to have a really hot beverage.